Have you got any sense that the government might come to the table and put in place the same measures, as you say, that have been in place during COVID, during the fires? What, as you raised with us yesterday on this program, it's called the continuing dispensing instrument. That ability for you and your colleagues to give the pensioners, others affected, their medicine, give them a box of their medicine so they don't have to worry about it.
Listen, I have no doubt it'll happen. It's just unfortunately happening at what Canberra refers to as lightning speed, and the rest of the country thinks is a snail pace. This is reform that isn't just needed up in my neck of the woods after a natural disaster. This is reform that should just be in place as a matter of course, whether it's, at 10 o'clock on a Friday night where the pharmacy's open and your GP's not, whether it's on Boxing Day, which is about to happen in a week, New Year's Day, which is about to happen shortly thereafter. Every viewer will have an example of either themselves personally, Kieran, or an extended family member that, not because they are lazy or because of poor planning, it's just because of going about everyday life. They thought they had an extra sleeve in that box, or they thought they had an extra repeat on that prescription, and they shouldn't go without essential medicines, simply because it's taken too long for Canberra to react.
So what's the historical legacy of this? Like, why is this the position? Is it the doctors' lobby that demands that they have the final say on who gets medicine? Is it a lack of trust in pharmacists? What is it?
It is a new thing. I mean, it didn't exist a decade ago. It was first rolled out over a decade ago just for cholesterol-lowering medication, and then we added in the oral contraceptive pill, and then it went for all medicine, other than, of course, drugs of abuse, right, Kieran? So opioids and benzodiazepines, so sleeping tablets, and things that can be a drug of abuse, they are quite rightly excluded from this mechanism. We're talking about diabetes medication, high blood pressure medication, stuff for arthritis, things that are not drugs of abuse but are chronic diseases that someone's going to be on next week and next month and not magically going to need to go off it. It was genuine reform that was put in during COVID-19. You would have thought as a country we would have reflected on all of the good things that we did to remove red tape, just get on with the job through the pandemic. It was turned off, you're right. Some of the medical lobby group doesn't like it. Local GPs don't have a problem with this at all. But, some of the medical lobby groups don't like it. I don't know whether they've got in the year of Canberra or not. I got no proof of that. I just, while there's all the other things, broken highways, flooded streets, lack of fresh water and all that stuff that I know the Premier's up there today talking about and the Prime Minister's going up in the next day or so to talk about. This is just something pretty basic, right? Pretty basic that would make a big difference to healthcare in the north at the moment.
It does seem like a no-brainer. And as you say, local GPs would be all over it because it takes a bit of the heat off them as well. Let me just finish, instead of Trent Twomey, President of the Pharmacy Guild, tell me as a Cairns resident, what's the city like? What's the community like at the moment? How's it holding up?
Listen, I've never been prouder to be a Far North Queenslander. We're a stoic bunch, a resilient bunch. We don't want handouts, but, we do need a bit of a help at the moment. And as I said, I know our state Premier is in town. I know our Prime Minister's coming up, and it's all headlines at the moment. And as those waters dissipate, we just need to make sure that the attention Canberra and Brisbane are going to be applying to the many months ahead they're going to be required for rebuilding don't dissipate as those floodwaters do. So, as I said, we're a bit of a frontier mob up here in the north. We don't really like government intervention at the best of times, but we are going to need some help. It's going to take many, many months. And my wife and I and our two children, luckily, we're very safe. Our house is high and dry, but we've got many patients who have just lost everything, Kieran.
Yeah, it has been such a shocking way to finish the year in a beautiful part of our nation, Far North Queensland. Trent Twomey, National President of the Pharmacy Guild. Appreciate it.
Thank Thanks, Kieran. Merry Christmas.